angels, I'm Candice. We're going to be doing a little bit about body mechanics today. So I just want to give you a few general pointers. The first thing is we never want to use the muscles in our back. Okay, we want to use our big muscles, our leg muscles. And so whenever we're lifting somebody, we always want to have a wide stance, legs at least shoulder width apart. We want to have our legs bent, and we have to have our back locked. So we want straight back, and the way we do that is by pushing out our butt. So it feels very unnatural. You're going to be looking like this, okay? Whenever we're lifting, we don't want to be bending at our back. We want to be going down with our legs. The heavier something is, the closer we want it to our center of gravity. So when we are working the pivot, we're going to actually be doing almost a bear hug so that they're as close to us as possible during that transfer. We never want to lift and twist at the same time. Our leg placement is going to be very important. If we have both legs facing this way, when we turn, we will be twisting a lot more than if we have our legs positioned this way and we are doing minor turns. Let's get started. Now when we're working with the client's bodies, are we going to be pulling and tugging on their arms? No, why not? I could dislocate their shoulder, right? I could pull something out of place. Their skin's very fragile, so I can rip their skin. A lot of them are on the blood thinners, so even just me holding their arm is going to cause bruises. So whenever I'm working with the body, we want to use joints, okay? And we want to use bony prominences like knees, hips, shoulders, elbows, okay? So are we going to lock the bed?
Yes.
Yes, so we're going to make sure that wheels are locked, that they're not going to roll over on the other side. So we want to use the bed, get it to proper height. That way we're not really pulling our back. Okay, so first thing I want you to do is I want you to take about a step away from the bed. Now what I want you to do is kind of then put your knees into the bed. So kind of fall into the bed. Good. And then make a nice wide stance with your shoulders. Very good. Then I want us to be using our legs for us to be using the power of the bed, all right? We're gonna be doing this. Let your feet kind of slide back into your shoes. And then I'm using the bed to gain my power, right? Do you feel that? Good. And that is instead of using your back muscles. Now on everybody, the trunk is the heaviest part. I'm gonna have one leg lined up with the hip, one leg lined up with the shoulder. So Cody, I'm gonna lift you up out of bed, okay, and I'm gonna need your help. So I'm gonna get my legs lined up here, okay, about trunk width. And then if you'll just put your hands up here, very good. And then I'm gonna put this under your shoulder, is that okay? Okay, now on the count of 3, I'm gonna hold on to this knee here, and then I'm gonna make sure that my back is flat, my legs are wide and bent, and then on the count of 3, Cody, we're just gonna sit up, okay? 1, 2, 3. Very good, very good. And so basically what I'm doing is I'm using my legs and my core to pull him and lift him up. Now that twist, it'll come natural. You won't even have to really think about that. So Cody, are you dizzy at all?
No.
Okay. If they're dizzy, just wait with them here for 30 to 60 seconds, okay? And if they need to, you can even have them stabilize themselves by putting their hands to the side and then again, making sure their feet are flat on the ground. We are going to use the gait belt. Now, not every client needs a gait belt. This is really up to your discretion. So with gait belts, you want to put it around the smallest part of the waist. Men and women alike, it's going to be right underneath the breast. You don't want to put it on the hips because as soon as they stand up, they're going to get skinny and you're going to have a lot of extra and the gait belt's not going to do you any good. So we're going to start by getting it locked into these teeth. So it'll come in through the teeth first, and then to lock it into place, we're going to go through this little opening here. All right? So Mr. Cody, I'm going to put this on. Excuse my reach. Now, important note for our 70-year-old women or whatnot, they might not be wearing a bra. So we want to make sure that everything is up and out of the way, and we might need their assistance. So Cody, would you please make sure the girls are out of the way? Thank you. Then we're going to get this as tight, and we're just going to need 2 fingers, okay? So get it fairly tight around the waist. We're going to come back around. And then we're just going to tuck this in and get it out of the way. Now when we're working with the gait belt, we either want to grasp onto the sides or the back. We don't want to be manipulating it in the front. So Cody, your legs are important, but mine are a little bit more important since I'm the one doing the transfer. I'm gonna again want my legs about shoulder width apart. So I'm gonna move his feet to where I need them. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to line up this part of my shoe with his. That way, if for some reason he starts sliding a little bit, our shoes, that friction is gonna catch us, okay? And then I'm gonna put mine here. Now, when we do this transfer, we need to remember that we are standing up, not back. Cody, hands up here for me, please. Very good. I got knee to knee. Okay, I got my butt pushed out, back locked into place. And then on the count of 3, we are gonna stand up, okay? 1, 2, 3. Good, you feel okay? Take a step back, make sure that they're not dizzy, kind of gain some space. Now, if the couch or the recliner is a little far away, what you can do is you can actually turn this way and hold on to the gait belt from the back and have them walk that way. So Cody, let's go walk to the couch. Okay, good. Now stop. Before you start sitting down, I'm gonna need to get in position here. What I wanna do is I wanna get my legs in what I call a scissor position. I want my foot to be in between his feet, okay? Because if my leg is over here, then I'm gonna have to be compensating and I'm gonna be kind of twisting this back. So I want my leg in between, and then on the count of 3, Cody, let's sit down. 1, 2, 3. Very good. So this next one that I like to do, say that you have a low couch or a low chair, or maybe his knee's really hurting him, okay, and he doesn't like to put a whole lot of weight on that knee, then this is the one I like to do for that. So whatever your dominant leg is, we're just gonna put that in the middle, okay? And then Cody, hands up here. And then on the count of 3, we're gonna stand up, okay? But I need you to listen to my count. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Good. Okay, you okay? All right, let's walk over to the bed. Good. Good. I'm getting my scissor legs. Okay, and then on the count of 3, 1, 2. Very good. Okay, so now we're going to do the pivot transfer, and the first thing you want to do is get your wheelchair in place, and you want it as close to your client as possible. So I'm just going to put it right up to his knee, and then we are going to move the armrest up. With this transfer, it's very important to know we are not lifting them up. How many pounds are we technically allowed to lift? 25. 25 pounds. So we are not lifting them, we are scooching them. So we want to use gravity. Gravity is our friend. So I'm going to put the bed up just a little bit because what I'm going to do is scooch Cody from the bed into the wheelchair. I want this up so that I don't have to go up and over. I'm going to make sure that these are locked into place. My gait belt's on and in place. Now again with this technique, we are going to be using the bed. Literally, I'm going to have my feet placed and my legs are going to be doing all of the work. Foot placement is very important in this one, again with the twisting and the lifting. So I'm going to want one foot here and one foot against the bed. If both of my feet are this way, look how much I have to twist versus like this with just a little bit of twist. Again, you want them as close to you as possible. This is going to be like a bear hug. So I'll be grabbing onto the gait belt with this arm and this arm, but it's going to be more of a pulling over, not a lifting up. Cody, if you'll just put your hands up here, and then on the count of 3, we are going to go sit in that chair, okay? 1, 2, 3. Very good. And you can see how my legs were doing most of the work, had a nice flat back. So make sure that you're lined up with that. That is body mechanics and transferring.